Hey beautiful, I'm Samantha and welcome to the Resiliently App podcast. Every week on this channel we have gentle conversations about motherhood, emotional well-being, nervous system regulation, self-compassion, and most importantly, helping you feel a little bit more like yourself again. Today's episode was inspired by a reel that I had go viral and a lot of questions that women were asking me. And thinking back, I've asked myself this countless times too. Why does calm feel so damn hard to access? And not just on really hard days, just like in everyday motherhood life. Why does it feel like you're constantly trying to chase a version of yourself that is calmer, more patient, more present, more grounded, but you can never quite reach it? I've been thinking about this topic a lot recently because I genuinely believed that calm was something that other mothers had and I didn't, like it was a personality trait. I would look at other mothers, both in person and online, and think, how are you not losing your mind? How are you not losing your mind? How are you calm all of the time? And I think comparison is such a horrible thing for us as mothers, especially because we can access so many little snippets of other people's days on social media, and everyone else seems to be more organized and have everything figured out when we don't. It just felt like they all had a secret that I wasn't let in on. Meanwhile, my brain's just over here running a marathon before I've even had a coffee in the morning. There's always something to think about, always something to remember. And even when I sat down and tried to relax, I was never really settled. My body would be still on this couch, but my mind wasn't. She wasn't quiet or still or calm. And if you're watching this episode, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you finally got the kids to bed and you told yourself, when they go to sleep, I'll relax. And then your mind is constantly planning for tomorrow and you're stressing about all the things you missed today. Or you sit down and try and watch some TV, but you're not actually following the TV line because your mind is somewhere else. I think for a lot of us mothers, calm feels like something that we will just eventually get to, like when the baby starts sleeping through the night, or when you're out of the toddler phase, when the kids are more independent, or when they go to school, or when they're teenagers, or when they move out. That's so far away. And the reality is that every season of motherhood is going to bring up something different, like a different challenge, a different version of your child that you have to navigate. Maybe once the kids get quieter or older, or I can just get more organized in my life and in my home. What I'm starting to realize 5.5 years into motherhood is that it never really truly slows down. There's always that to-do list. The responsibilities don't just magically stop one day. There's always another load of washing or something. There's always something going on. And if we're waiting for life to feel calm before we become calm, we're probably going to wait a very long time. Something that has really helped me understand this is realizing that calm isn't actually the absence of responsibility. It's not the absence of mess or noise or stress. It is the ability to find little moments of steadiness amongst the chaos of motherhood. And I know that sounds too simple, but it changed the way I view myself, and I want to share more of that. Every time I have a conversation with another mother who is feeling exhausted or overwhelmed or flustered, they make it mean something about them. And I was doing the same too. Like, we're not coping well enough. Maybe I should be more organized. And a lot of us feel like there's actually something wrong with us. But when I look back on my own life and I look at my friends' lives and the women I talk to, we're just simply carrying a lot for a long time. And maybe you are too, if you think about everything we've just spoken about. All of that invisible mental load that you are carrying every single day. And most importantly, as mothers, we have the responsibility of being the person that notices and remembers everything for everybody in our home. And after carrying that all day, every week, every month, every year, no wonder why calm feels so hard to access sometimes. I remember a period of time, really not too long ago, that I kept thinking to myself, why am I so impatient all of the time? Why is there so much rage and impatience in me? And then I realized something. It wasn't a lack of patience. It was a lack of capacity. And there is a difference. I don't want you to roll your eyes at me when I say this, okay? But we can't pour from an empty cup. And that saying annoys me sometimes when I am like, well, my cup is empty and I am pouring anyway. But I did a really, a little bit crazy research on myself, and I want to share the founding things, because we are trying to be calmer without actually being supported ourselves. We're trying to stay patient while being exhausted, and we're trying to regulate whilst carrying too much or never being taught how to regulate in the first place. And when we can't, we blame ourselves and the mum guilt creeps in. One thing that I wish someone would have told me years ago is calm isn't something that you earn once you've done everything. Because if you're a mother like me, you'll always feel like you're not doing enough, you're not good enough. And if calm depends on us as mothers doing everything for everyone else first, we'll never get there. So I ran an experiment on my own little life, and I actually found becoming calm was way easier and in smaller moments than I expected. I always thought, oh, I just need a holiday, or I need the grandparents to take the kids for a night so I can just rest. I tracked for an entire week, my entire schedule. I timed every little tiny task that I do in my day as a mum of two who also works. And I realized something. I used to rush through my morning routine of getting myself ready. Right? I used to splash some water on my face, quickly brush my teeth, tie my hair up in a bun, get dressed, and then move on to the kids. Instead, I decided to start doing my skincare more intentionally. And I timed it, thinking, oh, if I do a lavish skincare routine first thing in the morning, that's going to take me like half an hour. I don't have time for it. The kids will interrupt. So what I did was I put one AirPod in one ear so I could hear my kids doing whatever chaos they were doing throughout the house, or attempting to do it before they even wake up in the morning. So it's nice and calm and quiet. Brush my teeth for 2 minutes, do a proper skincare routine, but my skincare routine is still only 3 steps. Cleanse my face, a serum, and a BB cream, and that is it. While I was doing it, I was listening to calm music, I had my eyes closed, and I was just really intentional and slow with that, not rushing it, so my body could calm down first thing in the morning, still tied my hair in a bun, and it took 9 minutes and 41 seconds. That is 0.67% of my entire day. That's it. Nothing revolutionary, nothing huge, not a lavish spa day or a full night off, but every single day I can spend less than 1% of my day doing something slow that calms my body down before the chaos begins. I also worked out some other common ways that mothers like to just have a moment. A coffee in silence for 30 minutes. Maybe you're doom scrolling Instagram or you're reading a book. 2% of your day. That's it. A lot of us mothers feel so guilty about spending 30 minutes on ourselves in a day. I've got so much to do. Everybody needs me. But if you do get a moment to wake up before your kids, take an hour if you can. That's still only 4% of your day. I know a lot of mums like going to the gym or going for a walk because it helps them feel strong and clears their mind. 1 hour, 4% of your day. That's it. That's it. They are just little moments where you stop carrying everything and just focus on yourself. You may feel a little bit better on the first day. You'll definitely notice it after a week. You don't have to be a bit crazy like me and time it, but if you're curious, time it. Work out what tiny percentage of that little self-care for yourself every single day takes out of your whole 24 hours. Those things don't fix everything. There's still healing to do, but they have helped me come back to myself. And that is what I'm hoping you will achieve from doing that yourself too. Not because they fix everything. And I think that's really what calm is coming back to yourself again and again, day by day, that tiny 0.5%, 1%, 3%, 4%, not becoming a completely different person overnight, not being completely regulated all the time and never getting overwhelmed. Just learning how to come back home to yourself a little bit faster. And if you're listening to this right now and thinking, oh yeah, that sounds so lovely, but I genuinely don't know how to do that, I completely understand. I know exactly how that feels. So if you're not aware, I have an app called Resiliently, and it is designed exactly for mothers like you and I. There's so many beautiful free tools in there, and inside it, there is a brand new course called Building Calm. It is a self-paced 4-week course with 10 to 15 minute lessons that you just do every 7 days, which is 0.15% of your entire week. Each lesson comes with a reflection guide, so you can start looking at your own patterns, your own nervous system, your own personal life, and begin understanding why calm feels so hard to access sometimes. It's all psychology backed, and the first week is completely free. So if you enjoy it and you want to carry on and learn the next 3 weeks, you can do so. If not, you may just receive some really good insight from that first free week. So I'll link that below if you want to explore it. But whether you join us in there or not, I want to leave you with something today. Okay. If calm feels difficult to access right now, it is not because you're failing as a mother. It doesn't mean you're doing motherhood wrong, and it definitely doesn't mean that you are broken. You are simply carrying a lot, and you have been for a long time. And the fact that you're watching this and you're trying to be a better mother or a good mom or a calmer mom already tells me that you're a friggin' incredible mom. And maybe this week, instead of trying to magically become calmer, you can just look back into your own life and find little tiny pockets, those little 1%, where you can start coming back to yourself and simply just put some of that weight down for a minute. If you like today's episode and you want to watch next week's episode, which is the life-changing power of daily small practices, I'd love for you to subscribe so you get notified when that video goes live. If you have any questions or there's any topics you'd love to hear about, please leave them below. I'll see you next week, beautiful. You've got this. You're doing a great job. Bye.